back to News Geelong. Exclusive to Geelong Gallery, the Chinese contemporary ink wash painting exhibition is now on display, as Meryl Friend reports.
In recognition of the year of 2011 Chinese culture in Australia, the Geelong Gallery has an exhibition called Reflections of the Soul. This one has the ink wash art paintings of 9 very prominent contemporary artists from China. It's on until the 11th of September.
So I'm very glad I'm told there is an exhibition about the reflection of the soul from China came to Geelong Art Gallery. This is a very important painting in China. They are the first level painters, artists, yes.
Part of the celebrations throughout the remainder of the year, this being the year of Chinese culture in Australia. And there's a variety of theatre events and other performances and 2 very substantial visual arts events. This is the first one that will be seen in Geelong only until 11th of September, and it's an exhibition that features 9 prominent contemporary Chinese artists working in that ancient ink and wash tradition.
And that tradition, as you say, has been around for a very long time, and that's what we would be mostly familiar with. So what's the difference with this?
Well, most visitors to Chinese art exhibitions or the collections of Chinese art in our state and national galleries will be well familiar with the great calligraphic and scroll paintings, often mounted on silk, and knowing that there are variations, beautiful interpretations of landscapes, vertically inclined. Here, that very tradition is taken up by 9 artists, offering quite distinct interpretations of it, but dealing with subjects that would have never been dealt with in the past. Daily life in a metropolis, China's engagement with the West, certainly since the last 30 years, increasing interest in the West. There are some references to Western culture, Western painting tradition. I think there's the world of dreams appears here, and there's all sorts of, I think there's a connection with history. These artists certainly don't drop the great tradition, they respect it, but they extend it into our own times.
From the Geelong Gallery in Little Mallup Street, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. Bowen Health continues to urge our community to get whooping cough vaccination as the debilitating disease sweeps through Geelong. Debbie Meaney reports.
Here at Bowen Health, I caught up with Professor Eugene Athan to tell us about the significant rise of whooping cough, what it is and how we can prevent it.
Okay, so we've seen in the last 2 years an increase in number of cases identified, and that's been a combination of children and adults. The number of cases that we've seen in the last 2 years is really unprecedented, and the reason why we've seen many more cases than in the past has been the ability for us to make a diagnosis has improved. We've got a rapid diagnostic test which doesn't rely on us growing the bug, so it's much easier to make a diagnosis, and as a result of that we're finding more cases. But what seems to have occurred is that adults' immunity, which is established from childhood immunisation, seems to wear off in their young adulthood, and it's difficult to get young adults to be immunised to get a booster dose, and as a result of that we've seen a resurgence of cases in the last 2 years. So certainly several thousand cases have been reported in Victoria. The Bowen region is no different to the rest of Victoria. This has been a trend right across Australia.
And that trend is something like 800% increase?
Yes, that's correct. So we've seen in the last 2 years cases of up to, say, 2,000 cases for the state of Victoria, which are actually identified and notified to the health department. There will be other cases that we're not identifying and counting, but that's a big jump on previous years.
And what kind of symptoms would people have if they had whooping cough?
Okay, so some of the characteristic symptoms is a persistent, irritating cough that doesn't go away. It's sometimes described as the 100-day cough, so it lasts for many, many weeks. It causes irritation and sometimes some breathing and wheeze difficulty, but in general it's an irritating cough that doesn't go away. That would be the common sort of symptom.
At Bowen Health, this is Debbie Meaney for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. Local country community football is thriving through the hard work of many volunteers and the ongoing support of the local business community. News Geelong spoke with the Anglesea Football Club and Netball Club President David Cook on this theme recently.
Always have a good game against Drysdale. The ground's in great condition. The weather, Rollo, today has been absolutely marvellous for the middle of winter.
And the facilities down here, you've worked very hard as a club, and the magnificent support of yourself and your band of volunteers and the committee have really lifted the facilities down here at Elementa Road, and it's now called the Alcoa Oval.
Yeah, we've organised a sponsorship deal with Alcoa, who have been kind enough to give us $10,000 a year for the next 3 years. It's renamed the Alcoa Oval, still the Elementa Reserve, but this is the Alcoa Oval. We play all our football here, and that will appear in the paper and signage around the ground, and we look after the Alcoa company as well as they look after us.
And in the Bellarine Football League, Anglesea as a town, you're finding you get a great lot of local community support?
We do. We have meals on a Thursday night, a roast dinner, and we do about 100 a week, 110, and probably 35 of those are from people who have got nothing to do with the football club. They come down on Thursday night, enjoy the atmosphere, have a cheap meal, and a couple of cheap wines perhaps, and we read out the teams, and we do a few other things as well, and they seem to enjoy the night. We do get really good support from them and from plenty of other people around the town as well.
And I'll have to second that motion after a wonderful lunch today, particularly the local butcher and his wonderful support.
Yeah, Gordon Stabb's been a wonderful supporter of our club over many years, and it was a good meal today. We look after our sponsors. We have a sponsors luncheon every home game, so 9 times for the year. Some clubs just do it once. We do it 9 times for the year and make sure that the people that are helping us out really get something back in return.
David, you've seen this ground and the surrounds grow from what it was when it was first developed. It is a football-only ground with a cricket-only ground on the other side, and you've got plans for the future.
We have, yeah. The cricket ground's just used for cricket, and I played down there for a long time till my knees and my eyes gave out. Unfortunately, that was the end of me playing cricket, so I've taken over at the footy. We do play cricket up here on the footy ground, play the lower grades up here. We have got great plans for the future through Terry Moulder, who's the member for Corangamite. Terry was able to get us a $500,000 grant to improve our rooms. Our change rooms that are pretty archaic, and we're looking forward to doing that with the help of the Surf Coast Shire, who've slotted away $250,000 to help out with our room improvements as well. So at the end of next season, we think that's when we'll be starting to really renovate the place and try and attract some new people and make the old people more welcome.
Go Kangaroos!
10 out of 10. Thank you, David. This is News Geelong as we go to a break and return with sport and weather after this.